This is Professor of Medicine, Desiree Dubonnet, the man who left America to find freedom. He's no longer a man.
Don't die tomorrow. Don't die of fright. If you ever need protection, you gotta make your selection.
Here's a little scene from Quigley Down Under.
Some kind of chief or medicine man or something.
What's this?
More than likely something that came out of the south end of a North Pond kangaroo.
To survive in Australia, there's not enough fat in the animals. We need to eat some fat to live. A small amount of fat is essential to the healthy diet. It's essential because we need this fat to help us absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. So it's very important we get some fat in the diet.
Very kind.
If you eat only rabbit, and the rabbit does not have much fat at all, you can get protein poisoning and die from eating only rabbit. You have to have some of the grubs in the wilds of Australia to live.
Much obliged.
Eating live animals, live plants, is important. Our friend Erwin Schrödinger taught us about negentropy, the life force. There is a life force in living things that we need to survive. It's a needed nutrient. We need to get this in our foods.
I don't eat things that are still moving.
You gonna shoot it first?
The Aborigines were giving him some of their most treasured food because we need to eat some fat to live. Now, as we study fats, we're going to find out there's unsaturated fats, saturated fats, and trans fats. The trans fats are really, really bad. Mostly synthetic fat plants made by false cooking. The unsaturated fats are good, and some of the saturated fats. And when we get to the unsaturated fats, we have monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Now, the polyunsaturated, we can get these from fish, and very good. We get a little bit from beef, and it can be good, we have to understand. But beef is, overall has an awful lot of trans fats and not cooked well. So we can't get it if we cook it properly. We have to understand essential fatty acids and non-essential fatty acids. Now, this brings us to a whole point about heroic medicine versus natural medicine. As we start to understand that heroic medicine is trying to save you from the jaws of death, and natural medicine is trying to help you to improve your lifestyle. Okay? So as we start to explore the difference of heroic medicine, allopathy, treating symptoms, and not really treating the health, more of disease care than health care, we start to see that in heroic medicine, the word essential means that without it you die. It's essential for life. Whereas in natural medicine, essential for us means necessary for health. Without it you get sick, you don't die. So we try to have a little broader understanding of what essential is. And we start to understand some of the signs. Because you can get deficient in a nutrient and it's not life-threatening. And it is health-threatening. So as we start to understand about fatty acids, we have to understand that fatty acids make up the membranes of all of our cells. Very, very important we have this. Fatty acids allow for the electroconductivity through the membranes of our cells. We have to get these fatty acids into our body. This is what makes us up. And we have to recognize the different qualities of the fatty acids. We have to recognize that omega-3 deficiency is rampant in today's society. And we need to get the proper fatty acids. But beyond just the essential for health, there's all kinds of fatty acids that we find that are essential for health, not essential for life. So we have to expand our ideas. This is why I made the fatty acid liquid essence. to capture all the fatty acids needed for health. And we start to understand the quality of the fatty acids, and then recognize more that the fatty acids are sources and how do we get them into our body. And what is the balance of these? And we are going to start to find that we need to get vegetables into our diet, seed products, in order to get the proper fatty acids. Here's a picture of the fatty acid liquescence I made to end all of your fatty acid deficiencies. You can get this from the Only Nature Knows website. But as we start to look at the different fatty acids and broaden our mind past the idea that essential is just to prevent death, we start to get a broader idea of all the different fatty acids and the symptoms of a fatty acid deficiency. Memory disorders, mood disorders, fatigue, dry scaly skin, heart problems. And most importantly, I have found that when you feel cold when others do not, that little chill you get. Because when you get that chill, it means your immune system is dropping. You're susceptible to colds and flu. Now, to cure fatty acids, I made this simple little guacamole. Believe me, follow this recipe and eat some of this 2 or 3 times a week, and you're not going to get problems. Make sure you get sprouted grains. They're very, very important. They have the amino acids and also some of the fatty acids. Make sure you're doing this and recognize that food is the best medicine. Get plenty of good quality food. And the Bible taught us about seeds products. And I made a little formula here, how to get healthy in any restaurant. Based on the olive oil, make sure you get good quality olive oil. It helps get that fatty acid into your body. Okay? Now, we also have found a new thing about bulletproof coffee, using butter, using different fatty acids, the foods richest in omega-3, and make sure that you're getting most of your omega-3 from vegetables, plants. Also from fish as well. And you won't get good quality from the meat. Recognizing that olive oil is a very important part of your diet. And to use a little bit of olive oil on an empty stomach in the morning is a very strong thing. Just a tiny little bit helps get the absorption of your fatty acids going. So we start to recognize that fatty acids are very important, and we start to see how they help us to defend off different diseases. Making sure that we get quality of our fatty acids into our body. This is Desiree Dubonnet helping you to learn about the deficiencies of nutrients that can create disease. Open your mind, listen, and learn.